Hello defense aspirants, welcome to YTH India. I am Sulakshana. So today I will be discussing with you the most asked questions, SSB interview questions, which the IO can ask you from the defense. So the first question is, do you know what the term defense Indianization tends to mean? So let's understand what does it mean. It can be understood as the capability to produce and develop defense equipment within the country for achieving self-reliance and reducing imports. So when we say that, हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि डिफेंस में इंडियनाइजेशन क्यों नहीं है, हम ज़्यादा प्रोडक्ट्स को इंपोर्ट क्यों करते हैं बजाय हम एक्सपोर्ट कम करते हैं. DRDO है हमारे पास, मेक इन इंडिया, वी हैव सो मेनी प्लान्स बट स्टिल वी डू नॉट हैव द कैपेबिलिटी. Somewhere India still lacks in defense Indianization. If we see the defense budget, what is the percentage given here for the defense sector for research and for developing new missiles? And we import missiles from Russia and other nations. Why we are not exporting? Why we are importing more? So defense Indianization basically means that we have to increase the capability to develop and produce defense equipment within the country for achieving self-reliance so that we do not stay dependent on the other. So I hope this is understood. Now the next question is, what are the various wings of the Indian Armed Forces? So there are three wings: Indian Army, Indian Navy and Indian Air Force. So these are the three wings of Indian Armed Forces. Now you must also know a little bit about the background of Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. Next question is, what was the rationale for the creation of Chief Defence Staff position? Now when I am saying this question, this is going to be one of the important questions because this position is recently created. And General Vipin Rawat, he was the first CDS. So he became the first CDS he was appointed on 1st January 2020. Now what was the reason for creation of this new position? Why all of a sudden there was the need to create the position of Chief of Defence Staff position? Number one, it is for improving the coordination among the three services. Then the second is tri-service effectiveness. And third is overall integration of armed forces. So these are the three main categories. So that is, apart from this, before moving forward, I would like to give you the mantra for cracking SSB interview especially. You need to be specific what is asked, and you need to be specific to what you have to answer. So you have to give a specific and precise answer, and if you don't know the answer, then politely say that I do not know, sir, I will get back to you. Okay, so do not try to beat around the bush. If you don't know, then politely say that I don't know, sir, I will get back to you. Okay, so now let's move forward. Now next question is, what is awards and honors granted to the personnel of Indian Armed Forces? Now let's understand, these are divided into two categories. One is Wartime Gallantry Awards and the other is Peacetime Gallantry Awards. Wartime, when you are in some war and if you something happens during the peacetime, then you are given Peacetime Gallantry Awards. So first thing is Wartime Gallantry Awards. So under Wartime Gallantry Awards, there are three categories: Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra and Veer Chakra. And the other is Peacetime Gallantry Awards. Now under this three categories: Ashoka Chakra, Kirti Chakra, Shaurya Chakra. Okay. So now next question that can be probably asked is important days related to Indian Armed Forces. So we understand these 3 days are very much important. First is, and I will give you all the trick so that you do not forget. So Army Day is celebrated in the starting month of the year, that is 15 January. Then comes Air Force Day. Air Force Day is celebrated on 8th of October. Then comes Navy Day. So Navy Day is celebrated in the end month of the year, that is 4th of December. So What if you're going for let's say army service, and if there is a probability that they will ask you why Army Day is celebrated. So Army Day is celebrated because our first chief, General KM Karyappa, he was he became our first chief, so that is the reason the Army Day was celebrated on 15th January. Then comes the next question: Chief Officers and ranking in the Indian Armed Forces. For this, I will make a separate video to tell you the rank structure of Indian Army, Indian Navy, and Indian Air Force. So let us understand Chief Officers. The top ranking in the structure is basically the 4-star officer. Apart from that, 5-star officers are also there. In Indian Army, there were 2 appointed till date. So these were 5-star officers. So first one is Field Marshal K. Sam Manekshaw. So first is Sam Manekshaw, and the second one is Field Marshal K.M. Karyappa. In Indian Air Force, the first Marshal of Indian Air Force is Arjun Singh. And in Navy, there is no 5-star officer appointed till date. So now let's come back, moving forward, we will move to next question. Why did you choose the Air Force Indian instead of Indian Army, or vice versa? This is the trickiest question, and this is mostly asked in the interview. So they always ask you this question, that why you want to go for Indian Army, why you want to go for Indian Air Force, why you want to go for Indian Navy. So I can tell you, this question was asked to me also in my interview when I got recommended in the very first attempt. So the first SSB that I went for was Indian Air Force. So that was 4 FSB Varanasi. So second time when I went for Indian Army, they asked me the same question. This question was asked in both the centers, 4 FSB and 18 SSB Allahabad also. I am recommended from both the boards, both the centers. So I answered that I come from army background. My father served in Indian army, and being a daughter of Indian soldier, I have huge respect and passion for Indian army. And because this service has given me a lot, so I want to return back to the nation. So this was my answer. So you can have your own reason, your own answers, and just be honest. Please do not copy the answers of others. Just be honest, feel and analyze why you want to serve in the services. Because it's not a job, it's a service. So you analyze why you want to serve and become part of the Indian Armed Forces. Now, next question that can be asked is important battles and treaties related to Indian Armed Forces, like Operation Vijay and other treaties, Operation Meghadut, and like these operations. Apart from that, exercises that is taking place, like you must also know the exercise held between India and other nation, right? Then moving forward, next question is integrated theater commands of Indian Armed Forces. So at present, the fully functional one is in Andaman and Nicobar command, which was set up in 2001. Apart from that, strategic was set up in 2003. So these are the 2 integrated theater commands of Indian Armed Forces till date. There are 2 only. Okay, so I will also make a separate video on the rank structure. Especially from the rank structure, the question which is mostly asked is, they will ask you what is equivalent to squadron leader in Indian Air Force to that in Indian Army. So squadron leader के equivalent क्या होता है Indian Army में? I'm just giving an example. तो squadron leader के equivalent Indian Army में major होता है. Okay, so this is the way they will ask you question, or they might ask you the rank structure from top to bottom or from bottom to top. So I hope this will help you in your upcoming SSB interview. And for more, stay tuned and keep watching YTH India. Thank you.